Hi, myself is. It is an error heard at networking events constantly. Starting an introduction with a reflexive word is a grammar red flag. Pronouns are the structural glue of English syntax. Because they are required in almost every sentence, they are the exact point where non-native fluency gaps are exposed. We can fix this using the Flawless Pronoun Framework. This is a system designed to structure your sentences using a set of predictable, sequence-based rules. We are going to construct 5 specific conversational scenarios, providing you with exact rules, like the 2-3-1 sequence, to build sentences that follow standard English conventions. Replacing guesswork with these concrete grammatical laws simplifies your speech and eliminates the hesitation caused by second-guessing your word choice. Step 1 is the social introduction. A challenge is figuring out how to list multiple people in a single positive statement without sounding selfish. For this, apply the 2-3-1 rule. This standard dictates listing the second person, then the third person, and finally the first person. In a concrete phrase, this formula results in you, he, and I are playing. Putting yourself last creates a polite, sound sentence. There is one critical exception, the 1-2-3 rule. If you are confessing a mistake or admitting guilt, you must place the first person at the very front to take the blame. Once you introduce people, you need to point out objects. You do this using demonstrative pronouns. You simply contrast singular words like this and that with plural words like these and those, based strictly on physical proximity. Mastering the 2-3-1 sequence and spatial demonstrative pronouns instantly cleans up your social introductions, making them consistently polished and precise. Next, we have to clarify the dual nature of WH words like who or which. They act as either a question or a structural bridge. Their interrogative function occurs when the word is placed at the very front of a sentence. In this position, its only job is to extract unknown information. This syntax tree shows the contrast. When who is at the front, it asks a question, but when placed in the middle of a sentence, it performs a relative function, linking an existing noun to a new descriptive clause. The specific purpose of these relative pronouns is efficiency. They prevent the awkward, choppy repetition of the same noun across consecutive sentences. Recognizing this dual function instantly stops you from creating fragmented thoughts, allowing you to confidently speak in longer, flowing sentences. When 2 or more people interact in a social setting, speakers consistently misuse the phrases each other and one another. This graphic illustrates the strict numerical threshold for reciprocal pronouns. Each other is exclusively for an exchange between exactly 2 people. One another requires 3 or more. Distributive pronouns like each, either, and neither do the exact opposite. They isolate a single individual from within a larger group. Because distributive pronouns single people out, there is a counterintuitive rule. They must always be paired with a singular verb, even when referring to a plural group. Applying these strict numerical thresholds ensures total precision, eliminating ambiguity when you assign tasks or describe team actions. Now we return to that myself is error from the beginning. It is grammatically incorrect to use a reflexive word as a starting subject. This is because of the core law of reflexive pronouns. They can only act as a mirror. As shown here, myself requires an existing subject like I to reflect back upon. Certain verbs like absent or avail structurally demand this reflexive mirror in order to function correctly in a sentence. But you also need a way to address completely unknown subjects without breaking your sentence structure. This is the indefinite matrix. By combining 4 prefixes with 3 suffixes, you automatically generate the correct indefinite pronoun for any unknown variable. Pairing your reflexive reflection rules with this indefinite matrix gives you total command over both your own actions and completely unknown situations. Let's cover ownership. Conversational bloat often happens when speakers confuse possessive adjectives with actual possessive pronouns. As this equation shows, the structural difference is simple. Adjectives are dependent and require a trailing noun. A true possessive pronoun absorbs the noun entirely and stands completely alone. Finally, if you need to express sudden surprise or strong emotion, you use exclamatory pronouns as a fast, effective conversational tool. Using standalone possessives and brief exclamatory phrases strips unnecessary words from your speech, making your communication significantly more direct and perfectly efficient. We have constructed the framework. You now have the 2-3-1 sequence for perfect introductions, numerical group rules, and you've eliminated the myself trap. You no longer have to rely on awkward grammatical guessing. You can apply concrete, predictable rules for your sentence structure. To lock this in right now, go down to the comments and use the 2-3-1 sequence to describe your upcoming weekend plans with friends. Mastering these structural laws makes your speech more fluid. It ensures that your ideas are heard clearly without being undermined by small, avoidable errors.